ever win a national championship. Buzz was 57 when he won in Sacramento. Now Dickinson, 11 pocket hits the first game, 11 strikes.
Well, there's a rude awakening after a big 246. I have to face the 6-7-10. What do we do here, Bo?
Chris, this is not an impossible split for Gary Dickinson. Needs to get the ball over to the right of the 6 pin, slide the 6 into the 7, and Dickinson, an excellent spare shooter, will kill the ball. Sometimes he uses only just one finger in the ball. He's going with 2. He'll throw it hard and straight. Give it a good go. That shows his accuracy, and you know, if he had had the 4-6-7-10, which is a much more difficult split, he would have made it. You see that pin resting right where the 4 pin would have been, and here Ron Williams once again, as the king has been before, has an opening, and here we go. Perry,
And jumps all over it. This man who had games of 246, 216, 246, and 225, and winning 4 straight King of the Hill matches. And wants to get it back because Bob Learn won last week, took it away. So they could meet again today.
Williams with the hottest streak probably ever in professional bowling. You look at his position on the lane, he's a very standard player. He's not a straight ball shooter. He's not a big cranker player. He's very simple, has a good wrist action, playing around the second. Wow.
Holy trouble.
All right. You heard him say wow as he breaks down the 4-6-7 split. Here comes the 6 pin getting knocked out, and that's when you're on a roll. And all the players told our statistician Butch Soper that the left-hand lane hooks more than the right. That's what happened to Williams.
All right, he's loose now. You know, we mentioned the late Buzz Fazio being in both Halls of Fame. So is this man. 2 of only 19. Bo, you're one of them.
Quite an honor for Gary and all of us in that hall. Now Dickinson trying to recover from an open in the first.
Coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Olympic and world champions Ryan Boitano and Christy Yamaguchi join professional figure skating's brightest stars in special performances. And get ready for a rocking flight with Ted Nugent and the Blue Angels, all next on ABC Sports. I'll go along with that.
Take a ride with those Blue Angels anytime. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Oh, yes.
Now Dickinson's been high the first 2 frames. Needs to make a slight adjustment.
He's upset he didn't trip that 4.
Yes, he does. Moves a little farther left on the approach. Keeps the same speed. You saw the ball trajectory around the 3rd area. He's hoping the ball will set or stop in the pocket. It goes a little bit high. Now he has 2 things he can do the next time he's up on this lane. Move another board or so left or increase his speed and lock.
Down the 3rd frame.
Carry it. Yeah.
The native of Cahokia, Illinois, rolling out of Fort Worth, here in Parma Heights, Ohio.
Great style, but watch his head. I think that's the key to Ron Williams. He grabs that ball back in, but look at these eyes going straight ahead. All these positions good. He's going to slide right through here and pull that left arm back, but watch his head, how steady it stays on a target. He never flinches. The good high follow through. Watch him just drive through. The 6 comes off the sideboard to take off the 9. That's maximum power. Perry. Yeah.
Okay, 21-10 lead by Williams. We're in the home of Art Modell's Cleveland Browns. And, you know, the Gateway Project.
jewel in their triple crown. It's the PBA National Championship on a special early edition of ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour next Saturday.
$300,000 PBA National. Eric Forkel defeated Bob Vespi last year in Toledo. We'll be back there next week, and Gary will be also. Won the first match 246, 216, 214 rather. Defeated Bill Oakes. Now he's going against Ron Williams. Okay, Bo.
Thank you, Chris Schenkel. Jeff Morin, a dedicated trainer, but Jeff, you're in a position you absolutely could never train for, the tournament leader in a national tournament. What are your thoughts as you go into this championship game?
I'm just very excited. Can't wait to get out there. I want to bowl.
You think you can beat either one of these guys?
Definitely. Why not?
You beat them all week, right?
That's right. I beat everybody out on the show.
All right, he's very confident. His first time in a championship round, Chris. He'll be exciting.
You got to watch those folks from New Jersey. He's from Rockaway. Okay, Gary Dickinson doubling, coming back. Ron Williams leading by 11 with a double working. Can go out to a 21-pin lead, shooting in the fifth frame right lane. Ron Williams, 13 years on the tour, struggling the first 12. This year he's achieved superstar status. Here's why.
Well, Bo, about a year and a half ago, I worked with a sports psychologist, and she taught me how to adapt my personality to the game of bowling and how to take the game of bowling in stride and not to get upset with yourself or let your opponent beat you or let you beat yourself. And I've been reading a lot of inspirational books, and it's really helped me tremendously the last 12 months or last year and a half.
Gets a good break here, breaking down the 4-7-10 split. Watch the 10-pin. Last pin to kick out of there. Another good break for Ron Williams. Remember, he broke down the 4-6-7 in the second frame, or he would not be leading this match by 19. Everything going his way so far.
And when something doesn't go perfect, he wonders why. This is a competitor. Look at that face.
You can't give this man any slack. Now watch how he looks down at the ball first to give his eyes a little bit of a rest before he goes to target. He knows where his target is. Now he's going to look up, take one beat, say a little something to himself, and go for it.
On a string. 3 in a row. And now the lead of Williams is down to 9. Here's the money leaders. Ron Williams in this match thus far this year is number 177, 930, Bo.
Excellent year so far. Learn, our King of the Hills man. And you see the averages. Williams also leading the averages. Last year he was 5th in average with 217. And right now his opponent, Gary Dickinson, can take the lead in the match for the first time with a strike here in the 7th.
Pin separating this 10-pin game. We'll be back. One Tough motor oil, and by calcium-rich Tums. Tums help wipe out heartburn and gives you calcium. There's Bob Learn, King of the Hill.
Bob will bowl the winner of the next game, not this. This is a semifinal game. Ron Williams, the leader in this match, or he was. He's trailing by 1 pin right now. There are 3 frames remaining against the very tough veteran, Gary Dickinson. Here we go. Up the hill, baby. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Chris, that is the pin he left. As he said, he can't do any better. That's the pin he left to prevent him from bowling 4 300 games. He left a solid 8. He had 3 300s so far in the tournament. And to break the record set by Dick Weber and 8 others of 3 300s, he left a solid 8. He catches one here in the carry game.
Okay, did that in a hurry, but covered it okay. Bonnie Williams, Ron's wife, mother of Scott and Sean, in here to cheer him on as he is the number 2 seed in this field of 4. He's the man that was the king of the hill if he just joined us, and he was dethroned last week in a tough match, losing 235 to 223 to Bob Learn Jr. We'll be bowling a couple of games from now, king of the hill. Frame strikes. Dickinson with 4 in a row, however.
Sweetness by Ron Williams. He made the adjustment on the lane that has given him trouble. The left-hand lane throws a perfect shot in the 8th. However, Gary Dickinson, who leads by 2, can extend that lead to 12 if he strikes here in the 8th.
Fans are here. Those from the dog pound. Hear them do the barking. They're rooting for Gary Dickinson. Okay, tomorrow ABC Sports presents the 7-Up Shootout, a college basketball doubleheader. Game 1 begins at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific as North Carolina faces Virginia, or Notre Dame takes on DePaul, or Memphis State battles Arizona State. Then, Game 2, Duke tries to slam North Carolina State. Cincinnati meets Arizona, or Houston hosts Louisville. Busy afternoon. Check your local listings for time and station. End game. Hope everyone got that straight. We're going to have a test on it in a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what just happened. Gary Dickinson rolled a ball in the 8th frame. He can't throw it any better, and he comes back in the 9th with a big one, and he leaves a solid 8, the same shot Ron Williams left in the 7th. However, Dickinson was on a string, and that makes a big difference. Anybody can now win this match. Whew.
The winner of this match will go into the finals against tournament leader Jeff Moran, a non-winner.
Ron Williams can actually get strikes in the 9th and 2 in the 10th and shut out Dickinson, who has been so sharp the last 8 frames. Trails by 11. Oh no, hold it. Yeah.
Apprehensive for a while.
Well, we have an ideal lane condition out here. At high-scoring environments, whether you're pros or amateur, you need a little more oil in the center of the lane and a little drier at the back end. And right then, he knew he pulled the ball a little bit, and about 35 feet down the lane, he thought it was going to skid a little too much, and it just flipped at the back end, carried the 10, has put him in a position where he can lock up the match. Dickinson can do nothing but wait and hope. Got to get there.
3-bagger here at the end.
Chris, we've talked a lot about the new wave of bowling balls, the reactive resin bowling balls, and the last 2 frames by Ron Williams reflects what the scoring has changed. He carried the 10-pin in the 9th frame on a slight pull shot. He carried that 10-pin there on a very light shot on lane 30, and I don't believe he would have carried them with balls made 20 years ago. Definitely a big difference, and now he's in position to lock up the match.
Yeah. Lots of lofts. Big strike.
The wife, who knows her husband only needs 2 pins, but remember last week in St. Louis, he hit his ankle on the fill ball, dropped it in the channel for a gutter ball. If that would happen now or a foul, Dickinson could still win, but I don't believe it's going to happen. 246.
Exactly the score that Gary Dickinson bowled in his victory over Bill Oates. Okay, this week, Choice Hotels International.